Warm greetings to you from Xavier Institute of Management, Kochi,
and its director, Mr. Jacob Nettikaran.
In England, a 3-year-old child speaks fluent English.
But in India and other countries, numerous postgraduates cannot speak English as much fluently, confidently, and comfortably.
But these poor people have to wait for a job interview to be convinced about their bankruptcy in handling English.
Till that time, they and all others remain very happy with their marks and promotions.
We shall introduce to you a very rare philologist who alone has a solid solution for this shameful tragedy affecting the whole world.
He has made the greatest invention in language teaching, using which he has been making such rejected postgraduates speak fluent English within a few days or few weeks.
The philologist will expose to the world the terrible blunder committed by the British people that has been solely responsible for bringing about the present pitiful scenario globally.
He will also reveal to you hundreds of shocking and horrifying but as well thrilling facts out of his 48 years personal research at home as a hobby.
He will also disclose the actual reason for the graduates and postgraduates failing to handle the English language even after a costly 2-year or 4-year communicative English course organized by most of our universities.
Meet Mr. Jacob Nettikaran, who has converted the English learning into a great pleasure and a fun through his invention made in 1978, which guarantees communication skill in a short period and scholarly knowledge free from confusion and doubts.
Also, please meet Mr. Sunny Varapalli, a reputed trainer in Kerala. Mr. Sunny Varapalli will interview Mr. Jacob Nettikaran in front of you and prove how our postgraduates can convert their 20-year-old failure in the educational field into a wonderful and exciting success within a short period.
Sir, could we know what terrible blunder did the British people commit which has sunk the rest of the world into a miserable failure to handle English?
When the British people wanted to introduce English teaching in India, they decided to import the prevailing system of English teaching from the schools of Great Britain. Actually, we need 3 items to handle English efficiently and effectively, that is, reading, writing, and speaking power in English. But the Englishmen could import only the reading and writing power to India. The speaking power had to be left behind in England because the British children learned to speak English in their own homes and not in schools. Thus, the British people could import only a handicapped methodology or a crippled methodology to teach English, and the people of India and other countries unaware owned the system as it was. Here in India, our children have no chance to substitute the missing speaking power in English either at home or in the classroom. According to the prevailing teaching system, both the teachers in India and Great Britain teach students first to read and write ABCD, that is alphabet, then words like CAT cat, RAT rat, MAT mat, etc. After that, students are expected to read English books. The English children understand much of what they read because they get the basic knowledge in English from home before going to school. But when the Indian students read English books, they do not understand anything because they have never got the basic knowledge of English either from home or in school.
I have not heard anybody telling such a reason so far. It is new to me. Is there any other reason to support your allegation?
Yes, the follow-up action of the British was another mistake which made things worse, an insult to the injury.
What was the mistake in that follow-up action?
When the first attempt ended up in a total failure like this, the teachers here took an alternative step. They showed a grammar book and told the children, "Don't worry if you have not understood what you read from the English books. Here is a grammar book. Study it. Regard it as your savior. Your problems will be over." Rationally and logically, a grammar book should solve the problem. But unfortunately, the English people's grammar book could not solve our problem because it was not prepared as per the definition of the word grammar in the dictionary. It did not give rules for making sentences in English. Actually, the British people don't need it.
Then what was that book for?
That book was only meant to make the British children correct mistakes in their sentences. So, it gives some selected types of sentences in English and explains the correct use of certain words or expressions in those sentences. This will be very useful to the British children. It will help them to realize which sentence is correct and which is wrong, because they already know how to make sentences in English. But the Indian students had no knowledge with them to be corrected because they did not learn to make sentences in English at home or in school. So, that grammar book became only a study burden for them. Therefore, the failure of the Indian students continued without any remedy. Thus, in fact, we cannot blame the postgraduates in India, China, or any other country if they do not speak English, because they did not learn to speak English either in their own homes or in schools. Look at the quality of brain of the designers of the course. The greatest pity is that not a single British scholar knew this fact for over 300 years. Their counterparts in India are very proud of their qualifications, high positions, and authority. But they also have not understood this truth and taken any remedy, though I have been telling this for the last 25 years. Again, millions of our teachers who teach English are not aware of these facts. Then how can we expect them to teach properly?
Sir, could you please tell what solution have you found out for this?
Surely, as a solution for the conditions available in India, I have invented a new system of teaching English that is very easy, interesting, simple, and fast. I have also written a book with the title Easy Way to Learn English in 4 volumes. The book helps the learner to learn English, just like climbing a long ladder from the bottom to the zenith. According to the meaning of the word grammar in the dictionary, this is the first real grammar book for the English language because it teaches all the 1877 types of sentences in English. All these 4 books together solve the complete problem of teaching English in India and all the non-English speaking countries of the world.
It was announced that here you can reveal the actual reason for the failure of communicative English course conducted by our universities. What have you to say about that?
The British Council or the Indian universities have not invented any system to teach English easier, faster, and with high interest. But they have seen me producing quick communication skill within a very short period during the last 25 years. They must have gone through my course materials too. Being impressed by the phenomenal success of the new system invented by me, the British Council, Cambridge University, and most Indian universities have switched over from the literature teaching style to the communicative English style. But they can't use my methodology because it is a universally registered invention in my name. They need my written license to use it and produce visible results. That is why I say they are using only the shadow of my invention. They are actually misusing the degrees recognized by the central government to bluff the students and make money.
Could you please describe some details of the system you have invented?
Yes, of course. Whenever children do not get the chance to learn to speak English at home, if they have to succeed in communicating English within a short time, they have to be taught the following 6 things. In other words, we the Indian people need the following 6 items. First, they have to learn how to make each type of sentence or each type of expression in English. They have to do it in the classroom in an easy and simple way. Second, they have to be supplied with fluency techniques and taught how to use such techniques to get 100% fluency at each level. Third, they have to be taught how to produce their own ideas. Fourth, they have to be taught how to think in English directly. Fifth, they have to be made convinced about A, what the item taught is, and B, what for they have to learn that item. Sixth, there should be sufficient activities that stimulate the mind or mental growth so that their mind functions efficiently and effectively. Actually, these 6 items together constitute the real communicative English. But the technique for these 6 items are our own invention or discovery, and they are registered universally. Others cannot use them without our written license. I request the Government of India to ban all the communicative English courses conducted by the universities without these 6 items. It is a blatant misuse of the recognized degrees of the Government of India.
What is your strategy to save India from this calamity?
I have a concrete proposal that will guarantee a total solution to this man-made catastrophe. First of all, the people of India, particularly the political authorities, have to realize and accept the reality that our children do not learn to speak English at home before going to school. So, the system imported from England by the British and introduced here cannot and will not save our country. It can only ruin us or slow down our progress. Secondly, those Indians, especially the educational authorities and government researchers who show addiction to continue the existing system, should be branded addicted British slaves or their 5th columns in India. They should also be treated anti-nationals or at least anti-social elements and dealt with accordingly. They should not be allowed to decide anything for the country or its people hereafter. Thirdly, for solving our problem, we have to introduce a totally new system to meet our purpose, that is, teaching our children how to speak English in schools or classrooms. For that, we have to introduce 3 out of my 6 inventions. They are A, the scientific methodology to learn foreign languages, B, the practical philology, C, the map of language. That is because these 3 items together will guarantee all the 6 items that our students need to solve their problem. I have already